How you guys doing? Welcome to the Messy Sweet Spot. I'm your host Gigi, and today we have more information about Oprah. You guys won't believe what's going on. Denzel Washington, he is going off. He is confronting Oprah, and guess what? It's a lot of other celebrities that are doing the same thing. They are confronting Oprah. They are sick and tired of Oprah. Man, did you ever think that Oprah would be doing so many horrible things behind the scenes? Well, let me tell you, a lot of people, they are fed up and they are saying that she is behind the demise of a lot of things dealing with Black Hollywood, that she really does not have their best interests at heart. I tell you, it's something else. And I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Denzel Washington, he's been speaking a lot lately. He just revealed that they made him kiss another man, and he just want to tell it all. He said he's going to retire after this. He said he just cannot stand it. Like Hollywood, after making him kiss another man, he is going to lay it all out. And people are saying, was that Oprah? Did Oprah make him do it because she has so much influence? I'm not sure, but I want you guys to comment, like, share, and subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot. And let's hear what Denzel Washington and other celebrities have to say about Oprah. All right? All right. Let's check it out.
I'd like to say about this whole I heard I was trending yesterday. Because people are saying that I was not supporting.
And if I can't fight for them coming up behind me, then what the am I doing? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Don't apologize. Don't apologize.
Recently, a big controversy hit the news about Oprah Winfrey's alleged mistreatment of Black actresses that started with Taraji P. Henson. Henson allegedly accused Oprah of severely underpaying her for her role in Oprah's movie. Henson tearfully explained how she was forced to overwork just to make ends meet. After Henson stepped out with her allegations, other Black actresses followed through and accused Oprah of discriminating against them as well. However, the most surprising turn of events was when Denzel Washington himself stepped out and said some things that made Oprah extremely nervous. Then, after Denzel, another celebrity joined him in accusations against Oprah, and it was none other than 50 Cent. But in order to better understand what Denzel and 50 Cent have said against Oprah, we first need to give a detailed overview of how this all started in the first place. Taraji P. Henson. Taraji P. Henson's career is a powerful story of resilience, talent, and dedication to the craft. She initially studied electrical engineering at North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University before transferring to Howard University to pursue acting. While studying at Howard, she worked multiple jobs to support herself, including as a secretary at the Pentagon and as a cruise ship singer. After graduating with a degree in theater, Henson moved to Los Angeles with her son and just $700, determined to build a career in acting. Her breakthrough role came in 2001 in the film Baby Boy, where she starred alongside Tyrese Gibson. The film's success put her on Hollywood's radar, leading to roles in films like Hustle and Flow in 2005 and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button in 2008, where she portrayed Queenie, earning her an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. Despite her growing acclaim, Henson faced systemic issues that many Black actresses encounter, including pay disparity and limited opportunities. Throughout her career, Henson has been vocal about pay disparities in Hollywood, particularly affecting Black women. In several interviews, she has spoken about the emotional toll of being undervalued. During an interview with Variety, she recalled with tears in her eyes moments where her hard work didn't translate to fair compensation. This pointed to an already existing pattern where studios and producers undervalue Black actresses compared to their white counterparts. She has shared that she had to negotiate aggressively for fair pay, while her white colleagues were often offered lucrative deals. A particularly notable example Henson discussed was her role in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. While her performance earned critical acclaim and an Oscar nomination, she received a fraction of the pay given to her white co-stars and was even required to cover her own accommodations during filming. She expressed frustration and sadness, explaining that she didn't want to play the victim, but felt that speaking out was necessary for change. In her television career, Henson found success and greater recognition for her role as Cookie Lyon on Empire, a character that became iconic for her charisma, toughness, and loyalty. Empire turned Henson into a household name, and she was celebrated for her bold, fearless portrayal, earning her a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a television series in 2016. Yet, even with Empire's popularity, Henson was candid about her fight for pay equity. In her memoir called Around the Way Girl, she recounted feeling marginalized, even though her character drove much of the show's success. Taraji P. Henson's dispute with Oprah. The recent rumors of a feud between Winfrey and Henson center on The Color Purple's 2023 movie adaptation, where Oprah serves as a producer and Henson stars as the iconic character named Shug Avery. Tensions reportedly arose after Henson voiced frustration over certain production issues, particularly regarding safety and support on set. The movie, which is a musical adaptation of the original 1985 film based on Alice Walker's novel, has been a passion project for both women, making these rumored tensions all the more surprising to fans. The rumors began when Henson gave an interview where she discussed her efforts to advocate for certain necessities on set, describing scenarios where she allegedly felt that cast and crew members weren't given adequate resources. One key complaint was that actors were allegedly expected to drive themselves to set in rental cars, which Henson deemed a safety issue, especially given the crime rates in the area they were filming. In an interview with the New York Times, Henson remarked that this is insurance liability and that it's dangerous. She explained that she had asked for a driver or security for safety reasons, but was told that providing this for her would require doing so for everyone, which Henson thought was a reasonable request under the circumstances. This comment sparked theories that Henson was allegedly criticizing Oprah, as she was the one in charge of such things. Some fans believed that Henson's demands for additional resources implied that production leadership had neglected the cast's safety and comfort needs. This narrative took on more momentum after some fans noticed an apparent lack of interaction between Henson and Oprah during press events, which they interpreted as a sign of tension. Social media users pointed out body language cues from events such as their joint appearance at the Empire State Building lighting ceremony, claiming the two appeared distant or uncomfortable. Oprah quickly addressed these rumors during a red carpet interview at the Golden Globes, directly countering the narrative that there was any conflict between her and Henson. She acknowledged the online speculation and explained that the decisions on the budget and logistical support were handled by Warner Brothers, not by her personally. Oprah emphasized that she has consistently been an advocate for Henson and the entire cast, noting that she frequently intervened when any production-related issues were brought to her attention. She explained, "Whenever I heard that there was something that someone needed, I would step in and do whatever I could to make it right." Oprah further clarified that any perceived awkwardness at public events was due to external factors, including fatigue and cold weather, rather than interpersonal discord. She dismissed the notion that she had neglected Henson's concerns or failed to support her, reiterating her long-standing commitment to the film and her respect for Henson. According to Oprah, any efforts she made were aimed at ensuring that the production was a positive experience for everyone involved, despite the challenges that naturally arise with large-scale projects like this one. However, when Henson was allegedly asked whether the rumors were true, she confirmed them. She then further expressed dissatisfaction with the working conditions and perceived inequities during the production. She allegedly explained that she really felt unsupported on set regarding safety and transportation. This revelation reflected concerns she's raised before about how Black actresses are often sidelined on logistical considerations that affect their safety and comfort. In recent interviews, Henson has described feeling that Black actresses frequently have to advocate for resources others receive without question, making her experience on The Color Purple another example of this disparity. In addition to logistical concerns, Henson also allegedly confirmed a pay discrepancy on the set. She explained how, despite her leading role as Shug Avery, which is a character who is extremely vital to the story's development and popularity, she was not compensated at a level she believed reflected her contribution. This might resonate with other experiences she has shared in the past. For example, in her memoir, Henson candidly discusses being paid significantly less than her white counterparts and also having to cover certain expenses herself. If Henson felt undervalued in The Color Purple, it would suggest that even with prominent figures like Oprah involved, systemic issues of pay inequity for Black women remain largely unaddressed. Furthermore, Henson allegedly directly called out Oprah Winfrey's handling of these concerns. She expressed frustration with the movie, and not only with logistical oversights, but also with a lack of support from the production's leadership, which included Oprah as well. Henson felt that, given Oprah's influence and her own identity as a trailblazing Black woman in Hollywood, more effort should have been made to ensure equal treatment for Black actresses like herself on the set. This tension highlighted broader issues of accountability and solidarity in Hollywood, particularly among Black industry leaders. After Henson perceived that her needs and concerns were dismissed, this grew into a larger narrative of frustration with Hollywood's repeated failure to recognize and address the contributions of Black women. However, following Henson openly addressing her concerns, Oprah allegedly responded by clarifying her role in the production and saying that Warner Brothers Studios are the ones who should be held responsible for many budgetary and logistical decisions. Oprah emphasized that she has always aimed to promote inclusivity and equality in her projects, and pointed out that she was not involved in day-to-day production issues like transportation and paying for cast members. Oprah has previously expressed pride in the film and in her support for the cast, but when Henson directly contradicted this with her own account, the two narratives revealed contrasting experiences regarding how Black artists are treated and compensated on high-profile projects. Henson's alleged confirmation of a feud reflected her commitment to transparency and equity, even if it meant challenging industry powerhouses. Her decision to address these issues publicly aligned with her established record of advocating for herself and other Black actresses in Hollywood. By openly voicing her grievances, Henson pushed the conversation forward on how Hollywood treats its Black actresses, particularly in regard to fair pay and safe working conditions. Ultimately, this situation underscored Henson's dedication to shining a light on the systemic inequities that persist in Hollywood. Her willingness to risk public backlash by challenging a revered figure like Oprah highlights her refusal to stay silent about unfair practices, regardless of the potential professional consequences. Henson's stance might inspire other actors, particularly those from marginalized groups, to advocate more assertively for equitable treatment and compensation in their own careers. This confrontation serves as a powerful example of the difficult balance many Black women in Hollywood must strike between loyalty to their community and the need to call out injustice where it exists, even if that injustice is perpetuated within the industry by other Black leaders. Fear of speaking out against Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey's towering influence in the entertainment and media industries has made her one of the most respected and powerful figures in the world. However, this immense influence can also generate fear among those who might want to speak out against her. Over decades, Oprah has built an empire, and her connections span entertainment, politics, business, and philanthropy, granting her the kind of influence that can be both empowering and intimidating at the same time. One of the reasons that celebrities fear her is Oprah's production company that's called Harpo Productions, and her network of collaborators who give her significant pull in Hollywood. Many actors, directors, and writers depend on her platforms for opportunities. Challenging Oprah could be seen as career-limiting because of her extensive reach and partnerships with other influential figures and companies. On the other hand, Oprah is seen by the general public as a caring, compassionate woman who helped a lot of people, which makes it even harder for celebrities to speak against her. Criticizing Oprah could be perceived as attacking someone who is almost universally viewed as a force for good. One of the most prominent examples of someone confronting Oprah is actress and comedian Mo'Nique. Following her Academy Award-winning performance for a movie called Precious, filmed in 2009, Mo'Nique claimed she was blacklisted in Hollywood for refusing additional unpaid promotional work. She criticized Oprah, along with Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry, for not supporting her during the fallout. In interviews, Mo'Nique accused Oprah of perpetuating systemic inequities by not standing in solidarity with her as a black woman in Hollywood. Mo'Nique has described her disappointment in Oprah's involvement in the situation, particularly when Oprah invited Mo'Nique's estranged family members onto her talk show to discuss private matters without Mo'Nique's consent. Mo'Nique called this an emotional betrayal and suggested it was part of a broader narrative where Oprah's actions were at odds with her public image of empowerment and fairness. This situation demonstrated the risks of challenging Oprah. While Mo'Nique's criticism sparked conversations about equity in Hollywood, she also faced substantial public backlash. Many dismissed her as difficult or bitter, reinforcing the notion that confronting Oprah could lead to professional and reputational damage. Despite this, Mo'Nique's persistence has begun to shift perceptions, especially in light of broader discussions about fairness and equity in entertainment. Another subtle example of this is Toni Braxton, who openly discussed an awkward moment that she had with Oprah during an interview on her show. Braxton recounted that Oprah publicly shamed her for her financial troubles, including her bankruptcy filing, which left her feeling humiliated. While Braxton did not engage in a public feud, she later admitted that the experience made her wary of Oprah, stating that she felt judged and unsupported during a vulnerable time. This incident illustrates how Oprah's cultural authority can make her critiques or perceived dismissals especially impactful. Even without a direct confrontation, Braxton's experience highlights how those who feel wronged by Oprah may choose silence to avoid further scrutiny. However, what is interesting is that Oprah's name rarely appears in tabloid scandals or gossip columns compared to other celebrities of her stature. This absence is not because of a lack of interest, but rather a reflection of the fear she commands in media circles. Journalists and outlets might hesitate to publish negative stories about Oprah, knowing that her public goodwill and influence could lead to significant backlash or even legal repercussions. Denzel Washington. In the middle of the dispute between Oprah Winfrey and her alleged mistreatment of black women, one man stepped out and showed everyone what it means to be a true supporter of black artists in Hollywood. That man is none other than Denzel Washington. He is widely recognized as one of the most influential and respected figures in Hollywood, not just for his talent, but also for his consistent advocacy for black artists and his fight against systemic racism and discrimination in the entertainment industry. Over the course of his illustrious career, Denzel has used his platform to push for equality, fairness, and opportunities for underrepresented voices, becoming a role model for many within and beyond the industry. Washington has made it his personal mission to uplift Black artists, both in front of and behind the camera. He frequently highlights the importance of mentorship, offering guidance and opportunities to the next generation of Black talent. One of his most notable contributions is his relationship with Chadwick Boseman, the late actor who became an icon for his role in Black Panther. Denzel quietly paid for Boseman's tuition at Howard University's British American Drama Academy program when Chadwick couldn't afford it. Chadwick said that this gesture was instrumental in his career. Washington's advocacy also extends to his support for Black filmmakers. He has worked with and supported directors like Spike Lee, Antoine Fuqua, and Ava DuVernay, ensuring that diverse stories are told authentically. His collaborations with Spike Lee, including films such as Malcolm X and He Got Game, are examples of Denzel's commitment to stories that explore Black identity, history, and resilience. Apart from this, he has consistently used his platform to highlight the systemic racism embedded in Hollywood and society at large. He acknowledges that systemic racism is not merely about overt prejudice, but is entrenched in the structural and institutional practices of the entertainment industry. Denzel's advocacy goes beyond his performances. He has consistently pushed for diversity in the projects he leads, ensuring that the voices of Black directors, writers, and producers are included. In interviews, he often spoke about how systemic racism limits the opportunities available to Black creatives, because white-led productions often receive much more funding and attention. One of Washington's most powerful statements came during his promotion of the movie called Fences, filmed in 2016, which he directed and starred in. The film was based on August Wilson's Pulitzer Prize-winning play and centers on the experiences of a Black family in 1950s America. Denzel emphasized that Black stories deserve the same recognition and resources as other narratives, and he pushed for Wilson's work to be treated with the respect it deserved in Hollywood. Apart from voicing his criticism of systemic racism, he has often also been a steadfast advocate for equal pay and opportunity, recognizing the persistent wage gaps that exist between Black artists and their white counterparts, especially Black women. Even though Washington is among the few Black actors who have large salaries for his roles, he is acutely aware of the disparities that plague this industry. He has often spoken about the systemic undervaluing of Black talent and has taken steps to address these inequities in his own projects. For example, during the production of Fences, he ensured that his co-stars, including Viola Davis, were fairly compensated. Viola, who won an Academy Award for her role in the film, has credited Denzel for creating an environment where her contributions were respected and valued. Aside from supporting Black artists, Denzel is also known for his philanthropic efforts. He has consistently used his wealth and influence to support charitable initiatives, particularly those that uplift underserved communities and foster opportunities for education, arts, and social advancement. Known for his preference for action over words, Washington's philanthropic efforts span decades, reflecting his commitment to making a meaningful difference in the lives of others. One of Denzel's most notable contributions has been to educational programs, particularly those benefiting underprivileged youth. He has been a longtime supporter of the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, an organization he credits with shaping his own life during his formative years. As a national spokesperson for the organization, Denzel has provided both financial backing and visibility, helping to inspire young people to achieve their potential through mentorship and access to resources. Additionally, Washington has made significant donations to historically Black colleges and universities. He has also funded scholarships for aspiring Black actors and other students pursuing higher education, helping to remove financial barriers for young people who want to achieve their dreams. Denzel's dedication to the arts extends beyond his work as an actor and director. He and his wife, Pauletta, have been active supporters of initiatives aimed at increasing access to arts education for underprivileged communities. They have funded scholarships for students at the American Conservatory Theater and other institutions that train the next generation of performers, ensuring that talented young people from diverse backgrounds can develop their craft regardless of their financial circumstances. Aside from that, he and his wife have supported numerous health-focused charities, including organizations combating cancer and promoting mental health awareness. Denzel confronts Oprah. Recently, however, Washington heard about Taraji P. Henson's story and immediately offered her his support. Reports suggest that Denzel addressed issues surrounding Taraji P. Henson's claims of being underpaid for her role in The Color Purple, which Oprah produced. Denzel reportedly emphasized that influential figures like Oprah Winfrey, who wield significant power in Hollywood, have a responsibility to ensure fair treatment for all artists, particularly those who come from underrepresented communities. This time, Washington allegedly used Henson's experience as a key example to again express his disappointment in the treatment of Black women in Hollywood. Denzel reportedly called out Oprah, stating that as a producer and advocate for Black representation, she should lead by example in addressing systemic issues like unequal pay. According to these reports, he argued that Oprah's failure to compensate Henson adequately highlights a broader pattern of undervaluing Black talent, even within Black-led projects. Denzel's critiques extend beyond the Color Purple controversy to a broader examination of Oprah's role in perpetuating systemic inequities. He has reportedly suggested that Oprah's immense influence could be better utilized to dismantle discriminatory practices rather than perpetuating them. This criticism is rooted in Denzel's belief that influential figures, especially those who have benefited from breaking barriers, should actively work to create a more equitable industry. He thinks that Oprah, as a media mogul and one of the most powerful figures in entertainment, holds considerable sway in shaping industry practices and narratives. This is why he reportedly argued that her influence could be more effectively directed toward ensuring fair treatment of Black artists. Instead, he has pointed to instances where her leadership appears to do completely opposite, and to actually reflect broader Hollywood patterns of inequity, particularly regarding pay disparities. Denzel's critique is grounded in the notion that Oprah's success and platform afford her a unique opportunity to lead transformative change in Hollywood. By continuing practices that undervalue Black talent, Washington feels that she may actually reinforce the systemic racism and inequity that she spent years publicly criticizing. Washington has also reportedly criticized Oprah for a perceived imbalance in her professional relationships and decision-making. Allegations of preferential treatment for white or more commercially viable artists have further fueled debates about her role in addressing systemic issues. While Oprah has been celebrated for promoting diverse voices, Washington argues that these efforts have been inconsistent and insufficient. Pay disparity for Black women in Hollywood is a long-standing issue, and Washington's actions highlight his commitment to equity. He has also drawn attention to the broader wage gap that affects Black actors, advocating for a system where talent is compensated based on merit rather than racial bias. 50 Cent joins Denzel Washington to expose Oprah. Recently, another celebrity decided to join Washington in publicly criticizing Oprah Winfrey, and it was none other than 50 Cent himself. 50 Cent is known for his outspoken nature and his bold comments against anyone he deems a bad person. However, when it comes to Oprah, he already has a long history of criticizing her over the years, with his recent comments resurfacing amid the broader discussion of pay disparities and systemic inequities in Hollywood. His tensions with Oprah trace back to her perceived disdain for hip-hop culture. He has publicly accused her of catering primarily to older, white audiences and ignoring the contributions of hip-hop and Black urban culture to mainstream media. This criticism stems from Oprah's past reluctance to engage with figures from the hip-hop community, which was a point of contention for 50 Cent. He has previously said that her focus on figures like Dr. Phil and white celebrities alienated Black creatives who deserved recognition just as much. In response to Taraji P. Henson's claims about being underpaid for the color purple, 50 Cent expressed disappointment in what he saw as hypocrisy, given Oprah's role as a producer and her status as a trailblazer for Black representation. 50 Cent's criticisms are not limited to Henson's case. He has also defended Monique, who accused Oprah and Tyler Perry of blackballing her after she spoke out about unequal treatment in Hollywood. The rapper has consistently used his platform to call for accountability, urging Oprah and others in positions of power to take stronger stances against systemic racism and exploitation in the industry. For 50 Cent, these criticisms are part of a larger effort to push Hollywood elites to address ongoing disparities. By highlighting perceived failings in Oprah's approach to supporting Black talent, 50 Cent seeks to hold prominent figures accountable for perpetuating the inequities they claim to oppose. His comments, often delivered in his characteristic blunt style, aim to spark dialogue about how influential individuals like Oprah can leverage their power to create meaningful change in Hollywood. The collaboration between Denzel Washington and 50 Cent in criticizing Oprah Winfrey highlights a pivotal moment of accountability in Hollywood, where even the most influential figures are not immune to scrutiny. Their joint stance reflects a broader call for fairness in the entertainment industry.
Ooh, I tell you, every single day it's more crazy things about Oprah. And do you notice she's so quiet? She's not even speaking out about these rumors. And you know why? Because she knows that it is some truth to this. She knows it. She's not going to speak out because she's not relatable. She feels like she has money and she can't be touched. She don't care the thoughts of anyone else's except for the elite in her own. But I tell you, everything that hides in the dark must come to the light. Well, I want to know your thoughts about this. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at the Missy Sweet Spot. I'm your host, Gigi, and I'll see you guys on another video. Bye.